Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Seattle College's Conversations With. We are here at North Seattle
College.
Yeah, North Seattle. Not at
Mm-hmm.
Central for a change. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, true.
Get up to
Got
the
this
cool
little sofa set up, you know.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
I need this at my office
Yeah.
at Central. This is really great. Well, yeah, so we wanted to welcome to the show this is actually our second, as it turns out, interview with someone from Thailand. So welcome.
Hey. Yeah. So I'm from Thailand.
Yeah.
International student from Thailand. My name's Ken, but my
what's your Thai name?
Full Thai name is Pongprapat Prasanpimp.
So cool.
Yeah. Sounds like a name from Star Wars or something, right?
A little bit. Yeah, you should have a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. So so you've been here how long then?
Oh yeah, this is my first year studying in the U.S. and in college actually. But this is my second quarter here.
Right.
But I've been around quite a lot. I studied high school in Canada. I got a chance to do like exchange program for a few months in the UK. Did like volunteering in summer camp in South America, mostly in Brazil.
Oh,
And,
wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
You have been around.
I've been around.
Okay, well, let's go back a little bit. So, in order of those things you just mentioned, was the first thing going to Canada for high school?
No, the first thing was the summer camp and volunteering.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that was in Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old were you then?
That was when I was 12, I think. Yeah.
So you flew by yourself at 12.
Well, I wouldn't really say by myself, but like without any family or my parents, we went with like a delegation of like 5 people. One of them is an adult, with like a leader for a group.
Right.
There was like 2 girls and 2 guys, and we just flew there. It was mostly like summer camp, doing like exchanging cultures and like stuff. I lived with like host families, and like I got to meet like a lot of cool people from around the world. Actually, it was like an international camp, like people from Europe, from other places in South America, and
That's so
it was
cool.
really cool. Yeah.
So, how did you hear about that?
Oh, that? Well, funny story actually. My mom is like, she's like she's in this field of dermatology. She does like aesthetic medicine and stuff. You know, it's like really popular in like Asia and Southeast Asia. People like, getting their acne removed and like getting their facelift and everything, And,
Sure.
Yeah, one of her clients, her son, went on that same program that I went to, and then and happens that the client was also closer with my mom, so just getting her a little Botox or whatever she's doing. And then she was like, oh yeah, there's this little program, I think your kid should do it, and it's really fun. It's like you go to a different country, like meet people from around the world and stuff. So my mom told me about it. I was a little hesitant at first because like the furthest I've been from my family is
Right.
School and back, I was like, but then, I decided to actually end up doing it,
That's awesome.
Yeah, bite the bullet and go, and turns out a really good experience. Yeah.
I'll bet. And you were there how long?
It was only a month, but
Only a month?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things of where I've been now, it's a really short time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what city were you in?
Sao Paulo.
Oh, you were in Sao Paulo?
Yeah.
The big city of Sao Paulo.
Yeah, it's a big... But yeah, we went to I can't remember all the places and city names in Portuguese, but it was we went to little villages and stuff too, and to this really tiny island out in the coast.
Right,
and stuff.
right.
It was really beautiful. But I can't remember all the name of places I've been. But I know it's just around the Sao Paulo area. Yeah.
Did you learn any Portuguese?
Oh, yeah. I the only Portuguese phrases I've learned was I knew obrigado,
Of course.
and obrigado is thank you, and boa noite, good night. And yeah, I only remember good night for some reason. I never remember other greetings or
Tudo bem.
Tudo bem.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. So you went to Brazil. That was
Yeah.
your first big international experience.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Went home.
Yep.
And then what came next?
What came next was like right the next year. I was 13, and I got another chance. My mom got in contact with. It was my idea actually. Like I told my mom, like, Mom, that was really fun. Like I kind of want to do that kind of thing again. But like like maybe this time try like a school setting. Like I want to kind of switch up a little bit because like last time was like it was all summer camp. You gotta swim all day and like run around with like little like different people and stuff.
Right.
But then next year I thought like maybe I want to see like how like school is like in a different country and stuff. Like so like my mom. She reached out to another international program in Thailand, and this one time we ended up in the UK. It was like in southern England, and like if you've seen, if you're a big fan of Monty Python and the works of John Cleese and all those people, there's a show called Fawlty Towers.
Oh yeah,
and it's set in the town of Torquay, and that's the place I went to for that time. It was like. Yeah, I was 13, so that's probably like it's like 4 years ago. It was like 2019.
Yeah.
20. Was it 2018? I don't know. Yeah.
So you said 4 years ago. So how old are you?
Right now I'm 16.
No. So are you here on the high school completion program?
Yeah, high school completion, like running start and like all those kind of things.
Nice,
So,
great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to definitely touch on that, but.
Yep.
Let's go. So you went to the UK. You did a little school there. Was it fun?
Oh yeah, it was really fun. Like I met I met a lot of cool people. Like I got to learn it was like a different system of like teaching and everything. So there was that, and mostly it was like an exchange program. Really, we didn't really do a lot of classes there, but we did classes, but like it wasn't like the main focus of like the program. We were mostly there for getting the culture out there, and like saying like, hey, we're here, this is Thailand, and
So when you went to UK, how was your English then? Your English is quite good now.
Yeah,
so was it good then?
So yeah, I think it was decent. It's gotten better now, definitely. But like it's like a funny story. Like my mom usually she often tells me that like I learned how to speak English way before I know how to speak Thai.
Really? Why is that?
Like my first word, like the word for mom in Thai is ma, right? But my first word ended up being mom for some reason. It was like.
Are both your parents Thai?
Yeah, both of my parents are Thai, but my mom, she went to get her PhD. It was like I don't know, Massachusetts somewhere. It's like in the East Coast somewhere. Apparently they have like a really good university to teach it like skin stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so she would speak to you in English.
I was raised like learning like English. I was raised bilingual, And
wow,
so,
that's so cool.
So I kind of like learned both Thai and English at the same time, but like I was kind of more fluent in English for some reason, like when I was like 5 or 6. But then I stopped speaking it for a while because I didn't really have a use for it. Went to a school in Thailand. All my friends are Thai. I didn't really have to speak English apart from English classes or like movies and stuff that aren't available with like Thai dubbing or anything. So like but so my reading and listening skills really good. But then like my speaking, it kind of got a little rusty. I got a kind of like heavy accent. So like I kind of like from all the traveling and like the opportunities I got to go around the world and speak to people in English. So like I kind of over time developed the language more. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time in Canada, I actually convinced this girl I know that I was actually Canadian.
Right? Why not just throw an A in there?
What's this about, eh?
So where were you in Canada?
British Columbia. I'm here. It's like this town called Kelowna. It's like in Okanagan.
Sure,
Beautiful town. I got a really good school there. I went there for 2 years. That was like the first like long time I've been away from home.
Right. What's the name of the school?
Aberdeen Hall. It's like it's like kind of nowhere here. We don't like apart from the people in Kelowna, nobody really knows where it is. You know, it's a private school.
Yeah.
So, like,
How many students?
Oh, it's like 500. It's like really small.
It's still quite a few, though.
Yeah, quite a few.
It's bigger than the high school I went to.
Yeah. So
all international students, or
no, there is an international program with like it was like 20 like international students, and the rest are like Canadians.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So 2 years. So you went to UK, did your thing, went home to Thailand.
Yeah.
And then you just thought, hey, maybe I should just go to school in Canada? Was it something your mom pitched to you?
No. Well, it was a combination of both. Actually.
Okay.
When I went back home to Thailand, I was finishing up, 6th grade, and once we finished 6th grade, like the schools in Thailand is weird. It's like there's like so elementary school would be like 1st to 6th grade, right? Mm-hmm. And then we don't really count like middle school and high school. We kind of bunch those up together in kind of like the same school, and that's like a separate school from like grade 1 to 6. So I had to change school then, and it was a famous school in my town. It was like it got a lot of people who graduated from that school and became really successful people in Thailand. Mm-hmm. And it's also the school my dad went to, and he ended up being a doctor and running his own like hospital so I went there for 2 years. I finished up 8th grade there, and like during the time there I didn't really enjoy it at all. You know, like I was there like I didn't really have like as good as a community as I did like with like when I was only like in Brazil for a month, or like in the UK for a few months, so like I was there, and like I didn't really I did well in school. I just didn't really have that sense of community. Right. I didn't have like we didn't have like a really closely packed friend group like other people did. I just didn't really kind of, after I came back, I didn't really kind of fit in with like kind of like the Thai mindset anymore per se. I don't really know, but like so like after that I just kind of told my mom I don't really know if I can like stay in Thailand and finish my education here anymore. It's like told my mom that. I said just somewhere in North America, like I don't really want to learn another language, although I'm really interested in learning another language to go somewhere in Europe. But like Europe's a nice place to study, but like I ended up choosing like North America because like it's a good place for studying. It's a
good place for studying.
America, Canada, they've both got like really famous schools and like good like institutions for like education and everything. So like ended up picking out Canada when I go to British Columbia, and like it's like ended up there.
That's cool.
2 years, yeah.
So 2 years. So did you actually graduate from high school, or?
Oh well, no, I did not. No. Because like as I told you, before we started recording, you talk a little bit because like my agent got in contact with community colleges from around North America, and I spoke with her and like why not go to try out community college and see what it's like doing like high school completion, and like trying like different like doing like running start and like all those like different fun college stuff,
sure.
So I ended up here now,
so so you got to be 16 at least to be able to 16. Get into the high school completion. You are.
I am 16.
So at the end of your 2 years with us, you'll graduate with a high school diploma.
Yep.
And what are you studying?
Right now, originally my plan was to get an associate's degree in science, and I picked out a major for chemistry, and which is because like it was a class I did well in high school, and like I kind of enjoyed that class, and like but then when I came to college, it's like like. No offense to the teachers or anything, but like, but the teacher was nice. They were like really good. Like, almost all instructors in here in North Seattle College are really kind and helpful, and like are like willing to teach all their students and stuff. But like, it was just like it was really not for me. Chemistry became like I kind of got tired of it. I can't really imagine myself in the future doing all this. Like it's like it's too much like calculations and like brick brain stuff and all this. But like but then. Yeah, so like last quarter, like I did like a few different like classes that took like it was like an English class. It was like it's like a normal English class. It wasn't like, because like most international students come here, they need to take like it's like a different English class for, you know, like getting to know the language better. I don't really know about that, but like I came here because I did like is this test called the IELTS test?
Yes.
And and I did real.
I was gonna say you must have scored great.
Oh yeah. So I sent that to the college and like, oh well, I'll just take the normal English.
No
class.
problem.
Yeah. So I did that. I took like also a normal math class. I didn't, you know, wasn't really math smart, you know, like so I took a normal math class, and then my major chemistry, my major class, and like, you know, didn't enjoy that. But now this quarter I'm taking more chill classes now. I'm trying to like took a chill pill and like, you know, calm down a little bit, and like I got more into like environmental science. So now I'm getting more into geology. Yeah, hoping to like delve more further into that. Like, even though it's like an online cloud course, but like I really enjoyed the material and everything on here.
Well, this is a good place to do geology. Have you been to Mount St. Helens?
Well, I haven't been personally. I looked up like different pictures of it. Like, it's a beautiful place, and really want to go there someday. And maybe, and like doing geology right now. I'm doing world music, rock music, you know, different kind of types of music. You know, like I'm a big music guy.
Right. Like, cool. So do you go out to the Seattle music scene?
Oh yeah, Seattle is like really rich in like their culture and music and everything.
Right.
You know, ever since the 80s and 90s, Nirvana, all these, like Nirvana, Queensryche, Alice in Chains, all those grunge bands like from the 90s and 80s. Like,
this is the place.
This is the place to go. You know, but like but Seattle is like they're really active in the music scene, like rock, grunge, metal, heavy metal, all those kind of music. Like,
and do you play?
I do play an instrument. I'm trying to get a band going on right now.
There you go.
I haven't really got anybody yet, but like I play guitar mainly.
Oh, okay.
But like I can do whatever, like drums, bass. Other things but vocals though. I have a horrible voice. I can't sing like if my life depended on it. But like big instruments guy. I can do a little bit mixing, producing too. So,
there you go. Well, if you're out there and you want to get in a band,
you want to drummer, bassist,
give him a call,
singer, whoever.
Wow, that's really cool. Seattle's a great place to do music. So many good people. Right across the street at the Seattle Central campus is the statue of Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah,
have you seen it yet?
Yep, I've seen it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, but if you're so young, like to go out and see the music scene, how do you get into like bars or
those stuff? So just for those out there who into like metal and all this kind of many bars and stuff, music around Seattle, they do let people under 18 and 21 into them. Most shows do. But I do recommend bringing someone who's an adult and stuff, just for normal protection, whatever. But like normally, if you go there by yourself and tell them, "Hey, I'm under 18 or under 21 or anything," they put you like a stamp or like a wristband on you, so you can't go into the bar or whatever, and like security would be looking for you. Like, there's any trouble, then most bars would let you in there.
Cool.
Most shows would, and most shows just say it's like all ages or like only 21 over only. But like
So what was the last Seattle band you saw? Like local band?
Local band? Oh, it was.
My brother will love this. He's a big music guy. He goes to
those,
tons of local concerts.
Yeah, local concerts, like all the underground stuff around Seattle. I think,
or maybe
I'm not sure it was last year. It was in like maybe I want to say like in October, November, around that area.
Okay.
It was like it was this metal bar called El Corazon.
I love El Corazon.
Yeah, El Corazon is a real place.
I saw Bad Flower.
Oh, really? That's a cool band. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good place for like a lot of music and stuff. And there's this one night so it's actually like two different venues in kind of the same building. Like next to it, there's this like kind of smaller venue called the Funhouse. Oh. And so Funhouse is more like for like kind of like closer, like more intimate show really. Like it's not really a stage. It's like a step. Okay. And then the band's just playing there. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but El Corazon has more kind of like a defined stage area. But like I went, the last local show was at the Funhouse. It was I saw this band called Inferno Realm. They're like a local death metal band. From Seattle. There's also Born Without Blood. There's also another
local band.
Yeah, local band here.
Cool.
Death metal from Seattle also. And Seattle has got tons of really good local bands.
For sure.
Check them out. And like they're on like Bandcamp, Metallum, whatever you want to look them up.
All right.
Like Yeah.
El Corazon is such a weird layout, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's kind
really
of this
true.
long, open place, and then there's like the railing.
Yeah. Sometimes they put the railing on though. Like
they do?
So you can like hug the stage and like give the band fist bumps or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Some metal,
That's cool.
yeah. Some metal bands do that, but sometimes like they want more security because the crowd do get a little rowdy.
Right.
So they have to put up the fence and like the railings. So,
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you're out there and you love music, man, Seattle is a really great place to
Seattle's a
come.
great place.
And you were telling me before we started rolling that you're taking a rock and roll class or world music class.
Yeah, doing both that. Rock music is like it's not really a lot of things. Like you study like the history of music.
Oh, the history of music.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good class. Do they have
it's a good class. Yeah.
They have you do activities? Like, do you have to go see a show? Or?
No, not really. Like we don't really do a lot. Like, we just do like reading, like catch up on the science. It's kind of like a normal class. Like
okay,
if we could do more. If I taught that class, I'd take people on a field trip.
Go to a show.
Go to a concert or whatever. Yeah, and also world music. It's another music related class I'm taking. And,
right.
Like, it's more oriented around like studying like the history and culture of like folk music around the world. And
That's
like
cool.
music from Asia, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Indian like folk music and stuff, and like doing different kind of like. We also do like different like theaters from around the world, like Japanese kabuki theater, Chinese opera,
right,
and all those like different interesting stuff. It's just like studying like kind of like the cultural background and like the meaning and like history of these kind of things, and it's really an interesting class.
That's really cool.
Because like folk metal is like a really interesting genre where they blend like mix of like different folk instruments and put it in kind of more like a heavy and like dissonance oriented like kind of sound and bring kind of like melody and kind of like that like spiritual connection people have, like instruments that were like made from like a long time ago, and like, to see how like the people make music from back then. It's like
very cool.
Yeah.
Is who's the Thai band that you are most into? I mean, there must be some really great Thai bands.
Thailand also has like a really good selection of rock bands and metal bands to listen to. I guess the big one would be this band called Hin Lek Fai. Literally it's translating to stone, metal, and fire.
Nice.
Yeah, and like I'm kind of like growing out the hair to look like the lead singer. Right? A lot of my friends tease me about it, like, hey, you look like the lead singer of this band. And, like,
that's cool.
Yeah, and like they're like one of like the first people to bring like heavy metal into Thailand, and like at that time like Thai music was like we weren't really catching up like a lot with like in music wise. We were like in the 80s and the 90s people were going more into metal, glam metal, and all those kind of stuff, and more like the electro pop kind of sound going. We were kind of like still in the 70s doing disco and everything, so like but then stone metal and fire came, and then like they kind of got all these like double bass drumming on with like heavy guitars and everything, and the guys like shouting into the microphone and like
cool.
Yeah, they
and have you seen them live?
Oh no, actually I haven't got the chance. They're a very like I just somehow never got the chance to do it. Like, they never really came around to my city or wherever. Never.
Sure.
When they do, like we just like never go there for some reason. I don't know, but like but I hope like they're still
maybe they'll tour the U.S. at some point.
Maybe,
that'd be cool.
We'll see. But like also there's another really good Thai band called Don P Bin. I don't really have a translation for this. It's kind of like a jumble of words. But like they're thrash metal and speed thrash metal, and there's also one of the few bands that brought metal into Thailand, but they're kind of like more underground than Stone Metal Fire. Like people who were like really into the music that didn't know Don P Bin. And like they if you ask them they're a true metalhead,
that's
like,
awesome.
But they're really if you bring them up in like conversation about music in Thailand, nobody would really know them,
right?
So but they did a lot for the metal scene and culture in China.
Right on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My first concert ever was old school heavy metal. I went to a Judas Priest concert.
I was just listening to Judas Priest. I was in the gym. I was like,
Yeah. No, their Screaming for Vengeance album is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's just really awesome. I mean, it's up there with, like the Scorpions, Love It for Sting, or Metallica's Black Album.
All the classics. And, Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I'm so glad you're actually the second person I've interviewed that has taken this history of rock class or music class. So check it out if you're here. It's a great elective. I mean, you could be a computer science major or a geology major and still take some of these other classes just for fun or just out of interest. It's really good stuff.
Yep.
Well, cool. So then you came here. Did you have to go back to Thailand to get your visa?
I had to do that. I think the law about the visa changed like a few years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was with Thailand, international students that are holding a U.S. visa can come in and study like for however long they want. It doesn't really expire until pretty much until you graduate or like are eligible for work in the U.S. and but then it would only become like invalid if you fly out the country. Okay. Except for Canada, I think it's a little different with Canada. Maybe. But but if you go anywhere else, go to Thailand, go to South America, wherever in the world, if you leave North America, then you have to redo the visa all over again. So
So you were issued an I-20 and you went there. So you had to go to Bangkok to do a visa interview?
Yeah, I gotta do an interview in Bangkok. It wasn't, a lot of people are very intimidated by the visa interview.
Yeah. Tell us about your experience.
Oh, it's a funny story actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was telling my family about this when I got out of there. So language-wise, I wasn't
no problem.
Worried, my English was pretty good. Was pretty confident about it. The only problem I had was actually the Thai clerk there, because the layout of the room for the interview is so weird in Thailand at the U.S. Embassy. So you go in there, there's like a 3-step protocol for security. You gotta go through a metal detector.
Sure.
Go in there, take off your jacket and everything, put everything in the bucket. Go through another metal detector and do the thing again 3 times. Then you get to the main office where they do the interviews and stuff. They got this straight line ahead of you. There's 4 or 5 different desks, and to the side there's another 4 or 5 desks to the side. With these are the actual people from America, where they would do the interview and you would check your documents, and this in front of you are the Thai clerks working there for whatever reason. I don't know. You gotta give your documents to the Thai people. They don't really say anything to you. They just take your pictures. Ask you when's your birthday and everything in Thai. And then give them your documents. You go out. Go to the other line to talk with the Americans, and I don't know why they do that, but it's weird. But so I did that. When I went up to the stall for the Thai interviewer, even though they don't really interview you or anything, you're supposed to hand out your entire thing of different documents, passports, your printed out kind of approval for the visa and everything, all these kind of different jumbles of documents.
Right.
You're supposed to hand it to them. I had mine in this really crappy kind of folder. It had a hole in the bottom. I didn't know it had a hole in the bottom at first. I handed it to them. Everything fell out of the bottom, and then I quickly picked it up and put it there. She looked a little annoyed, but it was it was a chill.
Right.
We were chill. She looked over my documents, asked me my birthday and everything.
Yeah.
And then I took my thing back. And then next to the American interviewer, now for the actual interview for the thing.
Yeah.
And now, so I went up to this guy, really nerdy looking guy. I would say I would I don't know. Yeah. He kind of looked like Napoleon Dynamite. If you
I love.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and
Did he talk like Napoleon Dynamite too?
No, unfortunately, no.
That'd have been great.
That would have been so funny. But like, yeah, and I handed him my documents, and he started asking me questions like, "What are you doing in the U.S.?" and you know, like they gotta get my family background, so they asked like,
Sure.
what do your parents do, and like why are you taking this major? Thing they kind of like go through all my histories and like expose my real identity and everything.
Right.
Yeah, and then. After a while, he just kind of went silent and did like a little thing on his computer. I don't know what he's doing. I'm standing like very nervously here, like, and then he was like looking at me. He was like, you know, there's like a really good like fried chicken place around here.
What? He asked you that?
Yeah, he asked me like if there's like a good place to get fried chicken.
Nice. This is the first time I've ever heard this.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, there's a decent Korean chicken place like down the road, and then we started talking about fried chicken. We started talking like what's the best sauce for like wings. And we ended the conversation talking about fried chicken.
That's great.
Yeah,
here's your visa.
And here's your visa. Yeah.
Don't expect this when you go in for your interview.
Yeah, don't expect this, but like there's a possibility if the guy looked like Napoleon Dynamite.
You never know.
You never know.
That's weird. I've interviewed a lot of students. Everybody has a totally different experience. That's really cool. Do you hear that? That means it's trivia time. Trivia time is the part of the show where we ask you 5 questions, see if you know much about. So let's start with music since you're so into it. You mentioned Nirvana. You mentioned Alice in Chains. You mentioned Queensryche.
Queensryche, yeah.
Can you name one other band from Seattle?
From Seattle, Pearl Jam.
What? Yeah. Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. Seattle is the largest city in the state of Washington, but what city is our capital of the state of Washington?
You should have told me to do my research.
Tough one.
The capital for Washington?
Yeah.
Can I ask for hints?
Starts with an O.
An O. Okay. Is it near Seattle?
It is. It's a tough one.
Oh man. Second letter.
O.
Olympus.
Close. Olympia.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to go see it, you can get on an Amtrak train and just zip on down there. Mm-hmm. Go check it out. It's a pretty nice town. Yeah, actually. All right, no problem.
I gotta brush up on my Washington geography, folks.
That's the way it goes.
Right.
All right, question number 3. In order to take a vacation quarter, so that you can travel or play or whatever, how many quarters in a row do you have to do before you're eligible for a vacation quarter?
They told us this during the orientation.
Yes, they did.
It was a while ago, though. How many quarters in a row?
Yeah.
Like 3?
Yeah, it's 3. Yeah. Woo! Nice job. All right, question number 4. North Seattle has a different mascot than the other 2 Seattle colleges. What is the mascot here?
It's a tree frog.
It is the tree frog. Yeah. It's a big hint, right?
Yeah, it's like right on your chest. I'm like, yeah.
Good job. Yeah. All right, last question. What was the last movie that you saw?
Oh, last movie. I haven't watched a lot of movies. But I've been watching a lot of shows, but not movies.
Oh, sure, yeah. Go to the shows.
Last movie?
All right, well, let's ask this then, since you're so into shows. What was the last show you went to?
Oh, Breaking Bad.
That was Breaking Bad. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. But I'm trying to think of a movie. I think I watched like it was like Quentin Tarantino movie, like the World War II one. What was it?
Oh, Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, Inglourious Basterds. Yeah, that's
good. I love that movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Well, Northgate's just right here. They've got Thornton Place for a movie theater, and then this direction, not too far, is Oak Tree. Yep. So there's a couple theaters. Do you live near here? What's your housing situation?
I'm living in like an international housing in, in Broadview. It's like just like a take a bus from here.
You mean the one next to Central?
Yeah. No, it's like here. It's like
it's in this area.
In this area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And you have roommates, or is it just you?
I have a housemate. He lives in the next room to me. We don't really talk much, but like, yeah.
But also an international.
Yeah, also international student. He's going to like like going to Shoreline Community.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
So there's different schools represented.
Yeah, different
there.
school like around there. It's kind of like in the middle between like Seattle and Shoreline. So,
Right. Cool. Yeah. Well, great. Well, the last thing I always ask is, advice. You've been through the process. You've been overseas a lot. You have these young people back in Thailand that are maybe thinking about, or maybe Cambodia or Laos or wherever, they're thinking about going to the U.S. What kind of advice would you give them?
Advice. Just, when you are presented with an opportunity to do something good, something that you think would be good for not only yourself, but for the better of the world, and you think would be a good opportunity to do that, just take it. You never know what the future holds, and sometimes mistakes happen, and when that does happen, your crappy experience in the past could be an advice for people in the future. So you never know what the future holds. So just go out and do it.
Right on.
Yeah, there's
good advice.
Yep.
All right, great. And then last thing I've been asking is for a few words in your own language. Some of our listeners may have never heard Thai before, so whatever you want to say.
Whatever we say. Okay. All right. Here's a phrase from one of my favorite Thai philosophers.
Oh, cool.
อาจารย์ตัวเองท่านผู้เจริญซึ่งมากไปด้วยปัญญา
That's good. Yeah. What's the translation?
It's kind of like an inside joke.
Okay.
I can't really tell. But so.
All right. We're not going to get calls.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay,
it's
good.
not bad.
Right. All right,
it's nothing bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
Tell you, it's nothing bad. It's just like. It's kind of like a meme, basically.
Awesome.
Which is but yeah, it's hard to explain.
Okay.
But I can do it off camera, but it would take a while to explain it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming and visiting with us. That's really great. Hope you'll come back later when you graduate and talk again. Maybe what's your big plan? Where do you want to transfer after this?
After this? No idea yet, actually. I might just go to UW, it's close.
UW is close?
UW's a good university. Might go somewhere else in the U.S., though. I don't know. I have, there's just so many places out there.
It's a big place,
to go with. Might even go back to Canada if, there's a chance to do it. But, I'm still looking. It's, still my first year, and, maybe...
True.
Yeah, still got a lot of time to make decisions, but, So.
Well, thanks for starting your educational career here at North Seattle.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope to see you next time.
Yep.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Nice. That's great.
Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website, or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.